All right. Madison, will you do me a favor and share your screen, please, and go to the Google Classroom?
It says you disabled screen sharing.
I did disable it. And you know what? I'm not even ready for that. I completely forgot to do the icebreaker. Well, there's only 5 of us. Oh, there's Lee. Hey, Lee. Let me think. Do I want to do the icebreaker? Maybe. Yes. All right. All right. Change of plans. Let me do the icebreaker first, and then we'll do it. Share. All right, there's the link. And I'm going to share my screen. And you guys are going to come to this doc, and don't start up here, but come down here to financial math. And you guys are going to type in your name in this column, and then an artist or a YouTube channel, or maybe anything you want to share that's worth somebody's time. Maybe you have a favorite restaurant. So like I'd say, you know, Mr. Brooks, and I want to share, like, I think everybody should watch CPG Gray because he talks about a lot of cool concepts brought about by being human. So, oh, it's YouTube. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that. I'm going to check to see if anybody else is coming in. We have a few more, I think. Oh, just the 5. Okay, and then so today we're going to talk about the goals of financial math, and then we're going to talk about how we're going to base the class. And then we're going to talk about also how the class is set up. So, okay, you should be able to share your screen now. So I think it was Madison. If you want to share your screen whenever you get done and go to Google Classroom. And this is a good idea for those of you not in the same house with everybody else, with somebody else doing the work, is to get a buddy. And that way, like, you know, you guys can text each other before class, or, you know, share work. So, yeah, I really want to encourage you to get to know other people. Okay, that top document, please, Mr. Brooks' Zoom schedule. So this was just posted. And then I have to also talk about, I had to reload the tech test assignment. So if you already turn in your work for the tech test assignment, you're going to have to resubmit, but don't worry, you only have to resubmit the one paper. You don't have to redo the exit slip and all that. This is what I'm thinking about. So the first 10 days we have to be seeing each other, and we have to be in class every day. But there's no reason to be in class the rest of the time. And I like financial math because I get to talk about stuff I really like. Guys, listen, money is my thing. Like, I love money. I love talking about money. So I can talk every day about this, but I also teach 3 other classes. So I was thinking 9:15 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So think about that. Think about if you're like, hey, you know, I was really hoping for something different, or I want more, or, you know, you're not going to get less. but we have a little bit of flexibility because we have all of second block. So think about if you like it. If you like it, tell me you like it. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it, and tell me like what you would want differently. But that's my first thought right now for when we start week 3. Okay. All right. Does anybody want to just say it out loud? Probably not. Okay. Thank you. Can you get back to the financial math? Yes. My brain has stopped working. And then go to classwork in the middle. And then go to tech test assignments. Okay, so I haven't graded these yet, but I'm gonna grade them here in about 45 minutes. And if you haven't got it done, or if you can't do it today, and go ahead and open up on the PDF, the bottom one, please, the Cami. If you haven't done it today and you need by tomorrow to get it done, then that's fine. You can you'll get full credit, just have it done by Friday. Make sure you sign up for the econ lowdown class. If you can't get into the econ lowdown class, you need to let me know so I can troubleshoot it. Okay, so this is Cami. So did everybody get Cami to work? Put in the chat if you had trouble. I don't know. Did you turn it in, Madison, already? And this is the new one, or? Madison, I can't hear you. Did you turn it in already, or have you not done it yet?
I think I did turn it in.
Okay, so, and when you open it up, when you did it originally, it had Peyton Brown's name on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, which, you could always type over that. It's not a big deal. The spirit of the assignment is to play around and learn Cami. And some of you guys have used Cami before, and you don't need very much time to do it because you already know how it works. And maybe somebody else in the room has never used it before, so it might have taken them 20 minutes to do it. And that's going to be the thing about the class. Sometimes the assignments don't take very long, and sometimes they do. But I definitely encourage you to get something out of it and try to learn something new. What you're going to do after you open this up is you're going to go to the top. There should be a box at the top that says open with. And click on that and open with Cami. And so hopefully you guys all had no trouble getting the Cami extension. And then the first time you load Cami, you're going to have to link it to your Google Classroom, and you're going to have to do a whole bunch of setup with it. And that won't happen anytime else. Just like Amazon, the first time I used Amazon, I had to put in a whole bunch of personal information. And now I can order my laundry detergent in 2 clicks. So Cami is the same way. The first time it takes a little bit, and the next time it doesn't. All right. Can you just take the marker tool and just put a whole bunch of dots in a section, and like just maybe like number 1, can you just throw a whole bunch of dots in there? Yep, the drawing tool. And then you can even make the font bigger so you can see them more. There you go. Just throw a whole bunch in there. That color is really hurting my eyes, by the way. Please don't turn anything in light blue on white. Please don't make it awful for me. Like, look at it and say, like, do my eyes hurt? If your eyes hurt looking at it, imagine me. I have to grade a whole bunch of these. Okay. All right. Thank you. Go up to the top, the select tool. And when you hit the select tool, there's a pull-out menu. And on the bottom are 2 squares or 3 squares. Click on that, and then you can drag that over everything you just put in that number 1. So you click and then drag down into a box. And then right there, if you hit delete, it goes away. So hit the delete or backspace bar. There you go. Okay, so just a neat little trick. Make sure you take your time and learn about all those. We might have the equations. We're not really going to use, I don't think we're going to use Cami too much, but we're going to use it a little bit. Okay. All right. Any questions about Cami? You guys are already frowning at this. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you, Madison. You can stop sharing. All right. Okay. So the goal with this class is going to be math fluency. It's not, algebra is very abstract. Algebra is, you're learning the rules of math, and you're, taking in different concepts of how to solve problems. This is going to be a lot of math, but it's going to be some spreadsheets, and it's going to be, like some accounting, like, where do I add and where do I subtract? Um, so it's way easier than algebra 2, but because there's not like a whole bunch of curriculum set up already, that means we also get to talk about money. And I loved in your introduction assignments how you guys said like, hey, I want to learn how to save. Hey, I want to learn how to, like, get to where I can buy a nice car, or want to learn how to get to buy a nice house. And like I said, this is my thing. This is like what I love talking about. So we're going to get a chance to talk about all that and have those discussions. And it should be discussion based. When we start getting into the content, it will be necessary for you guys to talk and share, and to ask questions in order to make the class enjoyable. Because what you don't want to do is sit here and listen to me. You guys want to share your experiences and what happened so we can learn from everybody. And then I'll guide the topics, and I'll add some commentary to it too. um some of you guys are like, well, I want to learn how to do this, like I want to learn how to do taxes, or I want to learn how to save for a business. And um the right answers, like I get this all the time, the right answers for how to do these things change, and they change based on the situation. Me filing taxes is very different than you guys filing taxes. You guys are 18 or turning 18 soon. Maybe you get off and you get a 40-hour a week job next year. Your taxes are still very different than mine. So I'm going to tell you the general outline of the taxes, and then you're going to apply that to your situation. But also they change over time. Like every single year, Congress passes some change to the tax law. And so if I say, well, this is the way it is, do this, do this, do this, I'm not teaching you how to think. And when the tax laws change, you need to be able to think like, how does this affect me, if you want to take advantage of it. There's people that take advantage of the rules of the game, and they take advantage of the laws, and then there's people who they don't care, and they live their life. But ultimately for me, and I hope for you too, we want to maximize the amount of money that we keep. It's all about being the most efficient. Like, I want to spend my money, but I want to spend it the best way I know how to do it. I don't want somebody else spending my money for me. Does that make sense? So don't think about it as closed, like, just tell me the right answer. There's not a really a right answer. You need to learn the concepts and the rules, and then you're going to have to learn how to apply those based on your situation. Okay, thoughts or questions on this? Okay, right now, it is 10 o'clock, so we've been here 15 minutes. So is there anything you guys want to talk about today? Any big questions or any thoughts before you do something this weekend? Very lively group. All right, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one more question, and then we're gonna get out early. If you were to go to a party with like older people, like 19, 20 years old, or maybe adults, let's say adults, what is a topic that people don't want to talk about? Like, what is something that people don't want to talk about when they get together? Put it in the chat box. Everybody can share something. What do you think? Like, if you were to go to a party, what's a conversation that people just don't have at parties? What do people not want to talk about? What's going to make people uncomfortable? So think about an idea. Politics. Okay. Yeah, there's a big Big avoidance of politics, how much money they make, good. I think I think Mackenzie already got to where I'm going with. I hope you guys can come up with politics. I hope you know politics is kind of a third rail thing. Religion is also another one. When people get together, they're not really saying, "Hey, what religion are you? Why do you believe this?" Um, but the other one is money, and especially like I like how you put, Mackenzie, how much money people make and not necessarily what people spend, because people will sometimes tell you exactly what they bought. Like, oh man, I bought this nice RV, or hey, I bought this nice Coach bag. Um, people like to show off what they buy, but they don't really talk about how much money they spend and how much money they make. And the other thing they don't talk about is how much money they go into debt. So money, debt, or as money, right? I don't really go up and say like, this is my credit card balance, or, this is how much I paid in taxes. Um, money is really taboo. You guys know the word taboo? Raise your hand if you know the word taboo. I see some stuff. Okay, so taboo means like off limits, like you're not supposed to talk about it, like hush hush, like, you know, talking politics is taboo sometimes at parties, or, if somebody is going through a real hard time and they're depressed, you don't really talk about somebody else's depression. Like, it's kind of taboo, you're just going to make them feel bad, or you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. So talking about money in America, and specifically making money and debt and taxes and that stuff, it's very taboo. Um, we avoid it, and it's not that way everywhere. It's an American culture thing. And not only is it like when I'm with my friends, we don't really talk about how much we make, but it's like parents and kids. Like, parents say, "This is my money, and my kids don't have to." Um, it's none of my kids' business how much money I make or how much money I spend. Um, and then it also even leads to like couples fighting, like people get married. The number one reason for divorce in the United States is financial stress. And it's, people don't like to talk about finances. And so it's really hard. And I want it to be open. Oh, there's one more situation, and that is coworkers. A lot of coworkers are encouraged by their employers. So, the bosses don't want coworkers talking about how much money they make. And I think that one of the reasons for that is that if the coworkers talked about how much they made, they might realize they're worth more. A lot of times you'll have one person doing a job and they'll make $15 an hour, and a different person will work the same exact job making 17 an hour. Okay, why is that? That's a tough conversation to have. There might be a reason why somebody makes $2 an hour more than someone else, but if they're doing the same job, that's a tough conversation. If I found out that I was making less money than someone doing the same job, my feelings would be very hurt. And I would really want to push my boss to explain, like, why are you disrespecting me? Like, why am I not worth this? Um, so in this class, like, I hope that we're open. And if you want to use your parents as an example, you don't have to say this is what my parents do. Or if you want to use your friends as an example and not call them out, then don't mention names or change the name. But I hope in this class that we're going to be able to talk about, how much money we make, how much money we spend, what our families do. And I'm not telling you to spill the beans, but I want to encourage you that the more we talk about it, the more we learn about it. And it's, unfortunately, we have to get over this taboo subject of money in the United States. Okay. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? Can everybody give me a thumbs up if you're feeling good about this? All right, cool. Thank you. All right. Well, that is kind of what I want to talk about today. And I just want to kind of get our feet set for the class. And tomorrow is Friday the 13th. So we're all very scared about that. We're going to meet real short. And then on Monday, we still have to meet next week every day. we will still meet at 9:45 and we're gonna get into the content. You're gonna see some of that stuff loaded up over the weekend, okay? All right, if you guys have no questions or you don't want to share anything, you're free to go. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your lunch. And if you have any questions, please stay and I will answer.